Hello, this is Bill Sefakar with the American Dreamer Show. And we're live from Tampa with John Casimiro.
John, the track man. Thank you.
Track man. I'd like to emphasize the man, and he's on track. Okay. And James Worley, he's got an ego. Today, he's the alter ego.
James has an ego?
Oh, he is the man.
Jaime has an ego?
Whirly bird. Okay. John, this is our 24th show.
24th show?
But who's counting? And 12 of them have been live.
Oh, is that true?
Half of those now.
Where were the other 12?
Spreaker.com, the American Dreamer Show. And we also appear, or we're heard on iHeart and Spotify. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Well, interesting week in Tampa Bay.
And YouTube.
And
YouTube. Yeah, we're on YouTube with video. Not that many people know that, but we're
gathering some strength.
Yeah, we're gathering some strength. So if you would if you're just subscribing on Spreaker, that's awesome. But if you could also subscribe on YouTube, that'd be awesome. And then you get to see Bill's awesome face, which I was going to tell you, James, it looks a little dark. Can we get a little more light on him?
A little more light on the subject?
A little more light on Bill. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I was making all kinds of motions to you. And you were like, what are you saying? And I said, well, I'll just tell everybody.
Well, you did very good.
It's not a technical issue. It's just,
an issue.
He looks good either way, but a little more light.
Yeah,
a little more light would make him look a little better.
Okay, well, we're ready to go now.
Yeah.
Can we start over?
No starting over.
Okay. It's been an interesting week. The last shall be first and the first shall be last.
Really?
That's a trick question. It's a riddle of the Sphinx. Well, who is the last?
Everything is a riddle, Bill. It's always this show is a riddle.
Who's on first? Remember, we're going to do that. Maybe next time we're going to do who's on first.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
All right. You are talking with me. That's all that matters. The last shall be first was the Rays. Tampa Bay Rays were last. And now they have the best record in baseball. And unfortunately,
for the moment.
Yes. And then that's because you're a Yankees fan. Okay. And then the best record in hockey, this is tied the best record, our beloved Lightning.
What does that tell you?
They got struck by a lightning
bolt.
Don't
have the best record in hockey.
It doesn't mean that
you're the President's Trophy curse.
Does not mean you're going to mean to this. It turns into the Stanley Cup.
No, the President's Trophy is a separate trophy. It wins. It means nothing.
It doesn't. They take it home and that's it.
That's it.
But anyway, we are dealing with positive
This is not
stuff.
A sports show, though.
No, but maybe we could probably make more money doing that. Anyway, Johnny, I had a very exciting experience this past week.
Tell us, Bill.
I had delivered to my front door Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, what's up with your Mr. Rogers infatuation lately?
Well, he was on WEDU, or public access,
PBS,
PBS, public television, and I was so enthralled with that. Oh, it just brought back such wonderful memories.
Show us the other side of the cup.
Oh, David, it's a good thing you can see upside down. James.
David.
David, well,
Jaime.
Here, see, and it has so many wonderful things. This cup is worth $200 with
Does it say, do you want to feed the fish?
It says, it's a good feeling to be with you.
Do you want to feed the fish? Come on.
I have on my guard when I was teaching yesterday, and I have something. It says, often when you think you're at the end of something, you're at the beginning of something else. This is
true.
I'm reading. It says, being the best loser takes talent, just as being the best winner does. Okay. And this is cute because, James, you have a innermost child speaking, and it says the child in me still and is still and not, and sometimes not so still.
And you're reading it like a child.
I know, backward. The child is in me still and sometimes not so still. Okay, so let's go forth and chime out and do amazing things.
See,
When-
Bill, run. Run, Bill, run.
Sometimes when you're grown up too. Someday you'll be grown up too. is what-
Someday you'll be grown up too, Bill.
Mr. No, you know what? I am not going up
We know.
because Peter Pan is my alter ego for most of my life.
I'm well aware of that, Bill.
I know. And what you do with the mad that you feel, what do you do with the mad? What do you do with the mad?
Sometimes you stomp, you stomp
yes.
it out.
Oh, we can't do it because we have the headsets on,
Yeah.
the headphones.
As
And
Mr. Rogers said, you stomp it out. What do
Yes.
you do with the mad?
Oh,
I know my Mr. Rogers.
I know that, and you're going to try to sing along, but I
right.
won't let you.
Because I might do a better job than you.
I'm worried. Okay. There's only one person exactly like you in the whole world.
There's only one person exactly like you in the world, boys and girls.
No, that was another show. You can never go down the drain. Now, where was that
You
about?
can never go down the drain. I think he was talking to the fish.
Gold, you know, you can teach a goldfish how to sing. Okay, let's say another. You didn't know that. It's you always make each day pay a special day by just your being you.
Okay, stop reading the cup, Bill.
What do I say? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, that's my song.
That's your song. Are you gonna do your song?
I'm gonna do-
Are you going to do your own special version of "Won't You Be My Neighbor"?
This is Mr. Bill's.
I think, without further ado,
This is Mr. Bill's neighborhood.
Mr. Bill's neighborhood.
So that's the story.
Yeah,
Morning glory.
you got your guitar all ready. You got your sweater.
Got my sweater.
You got your sweater. You got your shoes. You gonna put your shoes on?
I'm going to take them off.
Oh, no, you
Won't
take
you
them
be
off
my-
at the end.
Okay.
What did he do? He changed his shoes to his sneakers.
Okay.
Isn't that what he did?
Yes. Comfortable
Okay, here we go.
shoes.
Okay, I'll shut up now.
Because I'm playing. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor?
¿No serás mi vecino?
Oh no, that's good. Neighbors, we're international. Okay, go forth and prosper. So that
Hi,
was
neighbor.
a hi neighbor to you too,
Do
buddy.
you want to feed the fish?
Oh, I have something later about that. But there's so much to say and think about that man, what he brought to our consciousness, not just for kids under 10, 12, 15, 30, but everyone.
Did you ever see the clip from when they were going to cut the funding to PBS?
Yes. Yes.
And he convinced
the senator,
The
that he
senator.
spoke, who was he was so unattentive and unsupportive, and in about 15 minutes,
yeah,
he had that whole Senate committee, and they voted against
Against-
the chairman.
but he did it just by being himself.
He didn't have any prepared notes.
No, he didn't he didn't raise his voice. He didn't
Ah.
get excited. He just kind of told it like it
Hmm.
was.
There's so much to learn
Yep.
from this kind of individual with this kind of message. And Dave, hello, James.
Hi, May.
Hi, mate. Matey, listen, Do you know that James had the privilege and honor of being at one of Mr. Rogers' gathering in the park because he's from Pittsburgh?
Oh, is that
One of
right?
Many times.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Were you a kid?
No, when last 2 years ago before.
Well, it could have been. You know, he's kind of like Forrest Gump. He kind of shows up and
He used to have story readings in the library
really.
in the park on the north side of Pittsburgh.
Did you get a picture with him?
No,
Did you have-
I was a kid. I didn't.
Did you have your phone with
They
you?
didn't have
I
phones
didn't think
yet.
about selfies.
Get a
at the
selfie
time.
with him.
But there's something very important to consider that they're revamping Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, and I believe that Tom Hanks is considered for the role in the movie. This should be
Yes, I
very-
did hear that. Yeah.
So that's pretty neato. Well, talking about
I
kids.
thought Paul Rubens was.
No, Pee Wee Herman is not going to be.
Oh, listen, you wouldn't believe. All right, you guys, I was in the dentist's office today. You know, that's why we had to start a little late. And I have well, this is so cool. I have a female dentist, and she's a sweetheart. Her name is Dr. Monica Doyle. When she hears that I plugged.
Oh, plug.
Yes. And it was a
Free
crown.
cleaning for you.
Next time I'll get a free cleaning. So the thing was, they were putting this post in, and it's heavy duty. And they have the thing.
How did it go?
It was like a hydraulic. And she really did good. And I told her about my teaching, going and doing songs and stuff and motivational speaking. And she told me that Pee Wee Herman, that there's a new show out there. She mentioned this guy's name, and you guys got to check this out. He does podcasts, and he goes around, and he's like $20 million worth of podcasts. So we have to check into this guy. Either he can be on our show, or we'll be on.
Did you get this guy's name?
I'm going to have to call her.
I think that's my friend from New York, Matthew Silver.
It could be. It could very well
It
be.
could be anybody.
If you would have said anybody, I said it could be. But
He did say anybody.
I'm going to have to find out from Dr. Monica. She did a great job on my tooth. And it's like a hydraulic they use. Yeah, okay. I know this sounds like.
You had it done today?
It sounds like it sounds like.
I didn't even notice you slobbering.
Well, I didn't take
Right.
any diabolic medication in any way, but
Is your mouth still wrong?
No, thank you. I could use that as an excuse. Yes, my mouth.
You did it with no pain medicine?
I'm tough cookie.
You're
But
sadistic.
But besides that, and John, so it sounded what you were doing. It sounds like an Amco commercial.
Oh yeah. It sounds like this.
No, it's okay. You don't have to worry.
So they actually drilled in your jaw with no pain medication?
No, they didn't have. Everything was all done. It was just take the. See right here. And it's the same color they do.
Oh,
good.
so it was just a replacement.
They
Unscrew it.
put at the they had
Mhm.
everything ready. Amazing job. Thank you, Dr. Monica. Okay, yesterday I was teaching middle school, and I had one of my fun experiences. I usually have fun, but this was different. Because I was teaching, I decided, I have a choice of teaching whatever subjects and whatever grades. And I decided, so yesterday I was going to teach phys ed. And it was a beautiful day in our neighborhood.
Did you sing that?
No, but I wore my U.S. Open 2014 T-shirt because I figured they would think that I'm tennis pro. But that was golf. This was tennis.
Yeah, that was the Masters.
Masters. Oh yes, wow.
Get it straight.
What an event! What accomplishment! He's back. So, I went over to this middle school, Davidson, and I met
Now,
Coach.
wait a minute. You're switching guitars.
Yeah, I'm going to the 6th string because this is a little more jazzy. It's going to be later on in the show. It's
So-
Loggins and Messina.
So riddle me this.
Yes, sir.
When are you going to play this song?
A little later on, but I just thought it would be good.
So does it like security blanket that you have to hold it now?
Yeah.
Really?
When I start teaching you how to play the guitar, John, you'll realize what it means to have the security blanket sitting in your lap.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like
Another riddle.
It's like the Brian Adams song.
And on the next show,
Oh.
special guest, the mariachi band, straight from Cuba.
Okay,
God,
excuse me no, there's no mariachi bands in Cuba. Get
that's
it right.
Mexico. Get
Yeah,
your
come on.
geographical situation situated. Okay. So anyway, so I was teaching, I was at phys ed, and they always put the name, the Coach P was named there. And I was replacing this other coach, M. And so it was softball. And there's a big field in the back there for the phys ed class. And he had 4 different softball teams playing. There were actually 4 games, so there were 2 sides. And they have a golf cart that he uses to traverse. This is a nice size, you got 4 games going. And he's wearing what looks like a safari hat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I said, Coach, that safari hat is very appropriate because I feel like I'm on a safari. We're going all over this terrain in 25 miles an hour, 30 miles. It was really, it's a beautiful day. And each class we had to get a new group, set up. And then we had the, the bats brought back and the balls. And it was some really fun things.
So you were like the phys ed teacher.
That's what I said. I was teaching phys ed, not geometry.
Oh.
Listen.
I was listening.
Are you listening on Spreaker.com, John? Just wanted to reiterate. I was at phys ed.
I was listening. I just.
Okay. So Coach P, he has, just like I have my little humorous things and words and stuff, he has a OMG facts.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You're gonna read like
no, only 3.
3.
So,
okay.
And so I said, Coach P, I have this podcast, and can I have a couple of these? And he said, sure. And this is one that's really cute. It's really cute about you said it. John is a straight man, but he just ties right in with what were we talking about goldfish before?
We were talking about Mr. Rogers feeding the fish.
Okay, well, this one was the facts for this day on April 13th. Goldfish have a memory span of several months and can even be trained to do tricks.
They do not. They forget everything every 10 minutes.
Hey, read that. Take a look at that. I'll just throw that over there to John. What does it say? Read it.
You didn't know that goldfish could be trained?
They don't know nothing.
Read that. What
Serious.
does it say?
I want to see it for real. I want to see it for myself.
I'll buy you some goldfish next time you can bring. We'll have it sitting right there and it'll make faces at you, just like I do. Okay.
I mean, I can't even remember what I had for breakfast.
Well, you're not a goldfish. And if you were swimming around in a little pool, then you could do those things. Okay, back to the real facts. Oh my God, facts. In its first 4 months of sales in 1958, over 25 million hula hoops were sold. Where were you in 1958, John?
I wasn't even thought of.
Okay, we'll take that as face value.
Alvin and the Chipmunks wanted a hula hoop for Christmas.
Yeah, well, you need to get that. We'd like to see that. Can you do a little video we can show them next week? Okay. All right, the last one. This is for our mathematical genius over here, James. Did you know the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? All those 10, all divide evenly into 2,520. I know you were worrying about that number that you couldn't
I had
find it,
no idea, Bill.
and you don't even care.
What? That's the only number they divide evenly into?
That's the first one that came to mind.
Oh.
So there must be others.
Well, whatever's double that.
I'll give you a pencil and you can scrap piece of paper. You want to try to figure out some more numbers. Okay. I had a chance to look at this book, A Passion for the Possible, A Guide to Realizing Your True Potential by Jean Houston. And I've read a few things from this, and so I will go into some of the things that we talked about demonstrating what a plan, a place where you are now, and a note of where you want to be. And
Oh, I could tell you where I want to be right now.
on the beach, like wiggling your toes in the sand, hot sand, listening to the lapping rhythm of the ocean, sound of galloping horses.
That would be a good start.
So these are things that you don't have to wait, for it to happen. Just do it. And I was very disappointed this past weekend. They had the Clearwater sand sculpture,
Oh yeah.
and my sister was visiting. We had a beautiful time with her and my brother-in-law Lee, my sister Bonnie, and we had family, and we went to visit, and it's beautiful.
Did she take you over there and bury you in the sand?
Into your neck.
Well, up to my neck, and then they had a lawnmower that came by, and they played volleyball. And they dunked me. What did they call that when you?
They just let the tide come in, and you were.
I was sprinkling the water up in the air. You could see it looked like a whale. Okay, all right, you guys. So that was one of the books I really would think Passion for the Positive.
What was the name of that book? Passion for the Positive.
And it's called A Guide to Realizing Your Potential. And there's amazing things. Some, like they said, Georgia O'Keeffe, she was a very important artist and so forth. Spend some time each day just looking at things. As Georgia O'Keeffe said, in a way, nobody sees a flower really. It is so small. We haven't time, and to see takes time. Like to have a friend takes time. So if you want to have a friend, John, take time.
It takes time.
Yes.
It just doesn't sprout overnight.
No.
Yes, Bill. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Can we?
When you make friends, it doesn't happen overnight.
And it's not going to happen overnight.
No, and you can't buy friends either.
No. And you know what else you can't buy?
What?
You can't buy blessings.
That's true.
That is one of the most important things. Now, here's another one. Be the Miracle. 50 Lessons for Making the Impossible Possible. Regina Brett. It was on the New York Times bestseller. I wish I could be on the bestseller sometime. She was the bestseller author of God Never Blinks. That makes sense. Okay. This was on lesson 46. Silence the noise in times of doubt or indecision. Pause and make room for God.
Okay.
And the noise usually starts up as soon as the wait begins.
I'm real big about like listening to music. Like when I drive, I always have to listen to music or listen to talk or sports or something. But something about going for a walk, I don't like. Not that I don't like, and not that I won't, but I like just kind of taking in the sights and sounds of the city or wherever I'm walking, and just kind of listening. And you know what I'm saying? If I'm in nature, I want to hear the nature. If I'm walking in the city, I want to hear the city. Because it kind of just puts you more in. And for me, walking just kind of gets me, relaxes me. If you're listening to something, I don't know, it just kind of takes you somewhere different.
Well, she talks about silence, and she says,
and that's, to me, that's silence.
There were 2 times in her life that I experienced silence, and had a profound way. And one was she found the lump in her breast, and that voice started up a full force. It's just a cyst. How people, when you deal with tragedy and family or stuff or yourself, it takes an inner, when they say intestinal fortitude, but silence. And sometimes you shut out the noise, like you say, and some people pray, or they work on a plan or something, but you need to come up with a plan, whether it's silence or you work at it and sit down.
I think we should have some silence right now.
Okay.
Let's all meditate.
All right, everybody, for the next 40 minutes, call in and we'll break the silence. All right, so thanks, James. You broke the silence after 10 seconds.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk to you again. And I'm going to play that song because that was one of
We are?
Paul Simon, Sounds of Silence. when I was at that concert and you were at Amalie Arena
Yeah.
that night, I wanted to hear that song because I was in New York when that song came out. And I said, Sounds of Silence. And he played another song. Sounds of Silence. And he played another song. And the last song.
Well, of course it was going to be the last song.
Well, I didn't know that. And everybody around me said, oh, you were saying you were playing Sounds of Silence. Meant a lot. Okay. All right. We're going to come up with something that, wow, this is Quiet Waters. Remember we were talking about quiet?
Quiet, yeah.
Hans Margulis. Only in quiet waters things mirror themselves, undistorted. Only in a quiet mind is adequate perception of the world. Wow, only in a quiet mind is adequate perception of the world. That's takes it on.
In other words, shut up and take it all in and kind
I
of.
guess,
I
yeah,
guess. I don't know if
yeah.
I-
So that the tragedy of life is not that it ends so soon, but is that we wait so long to begin it.
Mhm.
W.N. Lewis. This is in May. There's a lot of stuff, good stuff in May. We got to wait till. I'm not going to wait because this is May 27th. A Man's Dreams. Wow. This is American Dreamer show, John.
I
This is-
can't.
is that a coincidence? You-
I
is-
can't
you-
take it.
is-
What a coincidence.
Oh, what a coinky dink.
What a
Oh,
coinky dink.
oh, a man's dreams are an index to his greatness. Zadok Rabinowitz. He had a lot of stuff going for him. I'm going to check him out. That's one of the things that, okay, that's my alter ego playing my guitar. He wants me to sing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But when I do these crypto quotes, and next week I promise you I'll have some. I know you've been wanting to have some. But what happens is, John, that was a laugh of affection, not inflection. Anyway, so I look up these people because sometimes their quotes don't do justice. And I'll get 4 or 5.
Sometimes you read the worst quote and the other ones
Yes.
are better.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know who these people are, so I look them up. And believe you me, when you do a little investigative work, it pays off. Big dividends. Remember, if you want big dividends, do investigative work and buy good stocks.
Yeah?
Yeah, you get big dividends.
Big dividends.
Okay, man, we got 17 minutes. Boy, we're going to stretch this out.
Okay, so play some music.
Oh God! All right, I'm going back to my cup, and I'm putting it on the right side, James.
So who's this number by?
Well, before you said, you remember you were going to check on some.
I'm doing a little segue here.
But I haven't done.
Can't you just roll with me here?
I am. It's Loggins and Messina.
Loggins. Oh, your mama don't dance, your daddy don't rock and roll, right?
That was in that time frame. But you were going to do some research on.
I'm getting to that.
Okay, so
Don't you know?
you don't want dead silence. Okay.
Don't you know anything about a segue? Like I said, you say something,
Yes.
like you toss to me.
I would take.
I
took subways all the time when I was in New York and Washington.
You have no
Took a lot
faith
of
in me. I had
subways.
it all pulled up here.
Oh, please do.
We're talking about Woodstock 50.
And when is that going to happen?
We've been talking a lot about it.
When is the blessed event?
August. What is it? I'm sorry, July.
Oh, it's earlier than we were planning for August.
Wait, hang on.
I'll have to change my whole schedule. I was teaching that day.
Keep talking.
Keep talking.
Yeah, you're right. So it's Friday, August 16th, Saturday, August 17th, Sunday, August 18th.
We got to be there.
Um,
We got to be there.
I don't know if you want to be there, Bill.
Why? Because you're going to be there and you don't want me to be there if you're there?
Bill, do you know who the Killers are?
Oh,
Bill, do you know who the Lumineers are?
oh gosh.
Bill, do you know who Maggie Rogers is? It's not Mr. Rogers' granddaughter.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Do you know who Dead and Company is? How about Chance the Rapper? You familiar with
I'm
Chance
going
the
to find
Rapper?
out who he is.
How about Cage the Elephant? You know Cage the Elephant?
I have some elephant jokes.
Okay. Here's one you know, Santana.
Yes.
That's the DJ Santana. That's not Santana.
It is Santana.
It is too,
I
James.
don't. I think it'll be the DJ.
No, it is Santana. Yeah, half these bands I don't. Pussy Riot's going to be there.
Oh, he was a biggie.
No, they're She's. They were the women that were detained in Russia a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Putin shouldn't be too far behind.
Judah the Lion, Jay-Z, Imagine Dragons,
Yeah.
Halsey. There's really David Crosby and friends.
Oh, good.
The Black Keys, Sturgill Simpson. I'm just throwing a bunch of names out there. There's nobody here that, I mean, call me old, call me, there's just really nobody here that I need to go all the way to upstate New York to go see for 3
Well,
days.
it's going to be fun. I would like to think about,
Zombies, Canned Heat,
oh, Zombies, Kenny. Well, that's,
There you go.
and they're going to get more. I have a feeling.
Hot Tuna. No, this is it. This is the lineup.
All right.
Young the Giant, Amigo the Devil.
And now live on stage, it's Bill Sefakar.
Well, I'll sneak
Leon
on.
Bridges.
I'll grow my hair long.
That's my Woodstock 50 report.
Okay, John.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be fun, but
And give us an update. There'll be
Yeah.
other things. I really wanted to show what I remember. They were promoting Joni Mitchell with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and she was singing "Smile on Your Brother."
Smile on your brother, yeah.
Everybody get together. Let's love one another right now.
Right now.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful rendition. And John Sebastian with "Loving Spoonful."
Okay, I did forget somebody very important. Robert Plant and the Sensational Space Shifters.
Whatever.
He's not with Led Zeppelin. He's with the Sensational Space Shifters.
Okay. All right. Well, this song, Loggins and Messina.
Oh, John Fogerty, too.
Oh, he's so cool. Did I tell you that story? No, I didn't. But I went to a Rays game, and he was the summer concert series. And after the game, they roll away all the stuff, and he's out there, big stage center, and he performed so fantastic. And what was so memorable about it, if you remember that song, "Please Put Me in, Coach,"
Center field, yeah.
Center field. And I was watching it from center field. His guitar was shaped like a bat.
There you go.
I mean, the frets and it was like a Louisville Slugger. And there he
That's
played.
awesome.
It was really awesome.
Maybe you should get a guitar like that.
Okay, John, for my birthday. You're
Yeah.
lucky. My birthday was about 3 weeks ago. 2
Yeah.
weeks
Oh, yeah.
ago.
We never celebrated your birthday, Bill.
Well, what are we going to do? Can you take me out for my birthday?
Yeah, we should.
All right, everybody. Wish me happy birthday. I'll give you a call back from Applebee's later. Okay. So this is Loggins and Messina. They had so many songs like "Make a Woman Feel Like a Woman."
What?
Oh, they had Valhalla. There's so many beautiful songs. Your Mama Don't Dance, you said that. And we had Danny's song we played here. But just a wealth of.
And what's the name of this song?
It's called "Watching the River Run." And it just creates a nice mellow thing, down by the water.
And hit it.
Okay. So this is words and music by Jim Messina and Kenny Loggins, "Watching the River Run." If you've been thinking you're all that you've got, then don't feel alone anymore. 'Cause when we're together, then you've got a lot. 'Cause I am the river and you are the shore. And it goes on and on, watching the river run, further and further from things that we've done, leaving them one by one. and we have just begun, watching the river run, listening and learning and yearning to run, river, run. Winding and swirling and dancing along, we passed by the old willow tree, where lovers caress as we sing our song, rejoicing together when we greet the sea. And we have just begun, watching the river run, listening and learning and yearning to run, river, run. Winding and swirling and dancing along, we passed by the old willow tree, where lovers caress as we sing them our song, rejoicing together when we sing sea. Rejoicing together when we greet the sea. And it goes on and on, watching the river run, further and further from things that we've done, leaving them one by one, and we have just begun, watching the river run, listening and learning and yearning to run, river, run. Remember that?
I kind of remember that song. I'm not that familiar with it though.
It's just a fun, mellow kind of thing. I remember I was not growing up, I was living in Annapolis at the time.
We haven't grown up yet. We've already established that.
Peter Pan, and you could be
Tinkerbell.
Anyway, sorry about that. Maybe James wants to be Tinkerbell. You guys can fight over it. So anyway, so I was in Annapolis. I was living in Annapolis, and we went to Sea Log and to Messina, Buzzer Bob. And I lived in Maryland. I was living in Maryland, going to the university, and it was memorable. And I've seen a lot of YouTube and stuff. I want to share something because we have only a few minutes. April 22nd is Earth Day, and it means a lot. And on the next show, I will share with you a few things about Earth Day.
Okay.
In my newsletter, past few years, I played what is considered the banner for Earth Day, and it's Kenny Loggins, Convictions of the Heart. One world, one earth, one, we've done a lot of damage to the earth and we need to repair it. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
Fake news.
No, I don't think. But anyway, when you mentioned Senator,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Senator Gore, when he was doing with the global warming 20 years ago, he used that as the mantra.
Okay.
Convictions of the Heart, and it's so beautiful, and it's amazing because I had played it, and I really believe that I got a wake up call from Kenny Loggins. It was, they sent things out, and you can see who.
Kenny Loggins gave you a wake up call.
Yeah.
What did you cut Footloose?
Yes. You're so cool. Well, that was another one. And the right stuff. The right stuff. Kenny Loggins does amazing. 30 years ahead of his time, and I mentioned that too when I sang one of the other songs. But we have a possibility, and I've been so lucky. I've been so blessed with this show because you guys give me the opportunity, and I try to frequently revisit this because I'm here with you, and you've given me the guts, the gazpachos.
You bought the equipment, Bill.
Well, that's believe me, you can build a Taj Mahal, and you know it's not
right.
going to be anything. But we have, and I've said, I wanted Dr. Dave Kalin to come on, a special man and a good man, and my brother. And then we had Dan Rooney, who has been one of my amazing push you out the door and start you up. And he's been my social media guru. And he was our first call-in guest. And we talked about Mr. Bill's adventure, which you won't believe. It's starting whirling and twirling and watching as we go along, as the river runs. But I said, we're going to do that. And then to have Joy Katz-Guthrie on our show, I said, we're going to have Joy here. And she was just warmed the heart. So I have the same privilege and honor to alert our viewers and listeners that Dr. Herman Koren is one of the world's foremost authority on environmental health and public health. And he was acknowledged here in Tampa as a Man of the Year for B'nai B'rith, and had an article in the paper. And but he's written 21 books on the environment, and he's received the highest accommodations and awards in the societies for public health and environmental. Amazing. So Dr. Koren will grace our airwaves. Phone lines, yes, John. And it's going to be cool because he has so much to offer. And I had the privilege of having you do that video when he did a full hour of silencing science,
right?
Global warming is like a train wreck. This is what's happening. You know?
We did it for YouTube.
Yes. So you were part of that. I'm so glad. And so we have an important time here in our lives to do something good. And James does his thing with homeless advocacy, and John, you do your teaching too with giving the students and adults a chance to learn about today's technology, internet, right?
I do.
Put a plug there. Come on.
Video production.
Oh, that
Video
covers
production.
and on your phone too, not
Editing.
just.
Yep. Well, that's video production. That's
people think about video and they think of carrying around like the
everybody
television.
is carrying around
their whole
video
life.
production in their pocket now.
Their whole life right in their pocket.
It's a whole new time.
Oh God, we have so much to be thankful for. Let's go forth and do good things. And remember, if you can dream it, John tries his voice, his eyes are wandering. All right, if you can dream it, and then you can wish it, then you can see it.
Then seize it.
Yay, team. Okay. All right. Thank you all. We'll hope to see you next week. We love you and have a wonderful week. And those up north, have a good spring. Those here will hopefully don't burn. I got to put my top down in my car and my nose got red. And that's what happens. So use sunscreen. May 5th, I think, after Cinco de Mayo is sunscreen day. So make sure you carry around at least a 40 or 50 sunscreen. All right. And then you can do more things so you don't burn up. Okay. Take good care. Catch you next week or the week after.
Ahora, adiós. Nos vemos la próxima vez.